if you like to eat.
Yep, sure do.
I like to eat.
My favorite part. But of course, we're going to start with salmon and Brussels.
The main part of this was Brussels sprouts. Like,
Okay.
This is the one thing that I make that everybody always says, "Oh my God, this is so good," or
love
"Hey,
Brussels
can you?
sprouts.
We're having the come for Christmas. Can you make the Brussels sprouts?" Or everybody likes these Brussels sprouts.
Healthy, too.
Not probably the way you cook it after you douse it and everything.
Yeah, I fry them up, but it's not unhealthy, I guess.
I would
Brussels
still
sprouts
consider
is
it
a
healthy.
funny thing because when I was younger, that was like always like the grossest thing because people would just like roast them in the oven with a little butter or something,
Yeah.
and they were just kind of plain. Now every restaurant you go to has Brussels sprouts. As a matter of fact, the
True.
Roast Tavern had amazing Brussels
I
sprouts.
love when they're like flaky and they kind of fall off the
Yeah,
a
that's
little bit,
kind of
like,
one style of doing it, but the way I do it is more of a technique than the actual ingredients because you can do it different ways. So I use a curry spice with a little turmeric just
No
for color.
surprise there.
But I've also made it with ground up dried chipotle peppers. I've also made it with chili powder. So you can really make this your own. It's more about the technique. And if you roll it, I can talk right over the top of it, Nate.
Ooh, yeah, roll the tapes, Nate.
Brussels sprouts. My favorite Brussels sprouts.
Those look like some nice Brussels sprouts.
I like big ones for this.
I didn't realize there were mean Brussels sprouts.
They're nice and big.
And so first thing, obviously, I just cut off that little stem that's usually a little off color and then cut them in half. And
Look at those chopping knife skills.
Dice up an onion.
Look at 'em
And
go.
then dice up
Pro.
garlic, peel garlic, and dice that up as well.
You have this video on TikTok, correct? And it's kind of like an ASMR where it's
Yeah, I'm
just-
going ASMR with the cooking videos, more
Love
like
that.
audio sensory, but chop those up. Now, here you go, California golden raisins. A lot of people don't realize that these are even in there until after. A lot of people don't like the idea of it, but they plump up and really change. So there's the curry sauce I use. It's from curry spice. It's from Penzeys, which Penzeys.com, best spices. And there's a little turmeric, mainly for color. Fire up the frying pan, a little olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, nice high heat. Add a little half stick of butter
Ooh.
in there.
I'm liking this.
And now this is the technique.
Okay.
Just
Oh.
get that spice on the one half, put it face down into the oil and butter. And
Did you get them wet first, or did it just
no,
stick?
it'll
or
just stick.
have
It'll just
moisture
stick in
them?
there. They're already a little moist, I guess. But fill the pan up. If you're doing for a lot of people, you got to do it in batches because you can't overcover them, and they got to look like that. They all got to be face down, and then you do not touch them
Wow.
for about 10 to 12 minutes.
That's my problem. I would look and flip and
That's what I
mess
Over
it
the
up.
top of those face down Brussels goes the onions and garlic. And then I wait a couple more minutes, and we'll probably add in the raisins.
Oh, yeah.
See how that looks?
Yep.
So that's almost done. But that's the key. Every single one needs to be browned, not like half of them. So that's why I do it like this. So I throw the raisins in, a little salt, a little pepper, a little crushed red pepper at this point too.
Oh, I want to make this.
It's easy to make. But you said you didn't like Brussels sprouts.
No, I do like Brussels sprouts.
Oh.
She doesn't like salmon.
Oh, salmon. Okay. So anyways, there they are. Finally now, I
Oh,
flip them. And see
yeah.
how they're all brown on the one side? That's the key. That is the
Yes.
key. And the raisins also bring a lot to the table. Douse it with a little bit of, actually a lot of honey.
Lots of honey.
Lots of honey. and then toss it around, and then you're basically done at this point with the Brussels sprouts.
Yum.
And I don't like to go
That's a
too
lot of
far
honey.
after I flip them because I don't like it when they lose their color, you know? They start to look kind of,
Greenish.
they look a little, off-putting, I think, when
A
they
little
lose their
dirty.
green. So at this point, they are, actually going to hit it with a little lemon juice first, and then they'll be done.
Have to. That's a great touch right there at the
A
end.
little acid, usually in the form of lemon juice, will elevate almost any dish.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
And
Then again, I don't cook.
Well, you can start now by going to FL1 Foods.
Oh, there you go. I'm actually intrigued.
So there you go. They're done. I'm gonna I actually put them in the oven just to stay warm at low heat.
Beautiful.
And then we'll
Wow.
get to work on the other stuff, which would be the salmon.
That looks beautiful.
So I got a couple nice
Ooh.
salmon fillets from Wegmans, little ones. This was a weeknight dinner. Probably took about 30 minutes to cook this whole
Perfect.
meal.
Those are my favorite type of meals.
yeah.
30 minutes.
Salt and pepper on the salmon.
Those look really good though, like two good little pieces.
Yeah,
of
they were
salmon.
nice and fresh and looking good. And so into the same pan, I like to use, I didn't clean it. It still's got traces of that honey and some of that curry spice. So I just add some more oil and butter. A lot of butter this time, full stick. I like to cook with butter.
That's okay. A good pastime.
So we set that down, skin side down. And we just let it go. And then what I do is I just kind of toss that melted butter over the top of it.
Yum.
And we go for probably just about 3-4 minutes. A little more lemon juice on top of the salmon, which is also going to end up incorporated into that butter as well. Give it just a little
Yep.
lemony taste. Obviously, lemon goes well with almost all seafood. And baste it some more. And then into the oven at about, I don't know. I think at 225 maybe.
350.
350 it says. Okay, 350. And then just for 2 or 3 minutes because it's basically done. Now you gotta love with rice or anything these these microwavable ones. It's just really does the job. It's quick and easy. So this is a 7 whole
quality.
grain. What's that?
Good quality too for them being in the bag.
Oh yeah, no, you can't go wrong. Like especially on a weeknight meal like this.
Yep.
You need some sort of starch to go with the salmon and Brussels sprouts. So 2 minutes later, so out of the oven it comes, and they're done. And now I just put them on this piece of parchment paper so I don't get my cutting board all gross. And then I will toss that into the remaining
Smart.
butter and smart. This makes it a little less healthy. But
That's
it
okay.
tastes a lot better.
Right.
And then I like to remove the skin.
Yeah.
So there goes. It comes off real easy using this method that I cooked them. And then we're ready to bring it all to the plate. I chop up some parsley just to make it look nice. Even though it's a weeknight, we still want to make it look
Nothing
nice.
wrong with plating it beautifully.
Yep. So on goes the 7 grains, and on top of that, the salmon fillet.
I think I need to make this week. I have
Very
everything I
easy.
need already.
Yep, you can do this, Sid.
I could do this, no problem.
And then the Brussels sprouts and the parsley, and that's it.
Beautiful.
It really is.
Did it make you want to try salmon again?
Oh, not today.
Even though it looks so beautiful?
Oh, no, I am coming off of a wicked stomach bug this weekend, and I'm not going to lie.
Watching that salmon.
Yeah.
To
The
me,
Brussels sprouts, I was like, and then the salmon, I was like,
I was like, all right, I need that right now for breakfast.
you
But
wanted
I
it for breakfast?
Yeah.
We're just running in opposite directions. But Jim, no offense to you, it does look delicious on a normal day.
Again, the Brussels sprouts, that's the technique.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a new
Have
technique.
them put the heavy spice on the cut side, face down, for the first 10 minutes of cooking. Check them every now and then when they look golden brown. They're good, and depending on what spice you use, it will look a little different. I like to use the curry with a little turmeric because it turns golden. If you use chili powder, it'll be more dark
Right.
and kind of black and almost look burnt, but
Yeah.
it'll taste great. And again, I like to do that, and I see a lot of restaurants do it too with chipotle. So honey and chipotle. Sometimes instead of the honey, I'll throw a little tiger sauce on there. I don't know if you watch my TikTok channel, but I like tiger sauce.
Yes.
But and then the raisins, which a lot of people
Forgot about even.
wouldn't
Couldn't
even
see
think
'em.
much about, or would think would be off-putting even. They don't taste like raisins when they're done. They absorb the liquid and they plump
Nice.
up a little bit, and they're just like these little sweet pockets
Yeah, a little
that
burst.
contrast with the Brussels and the spices. So
Cool.
it's
What would you rate it?
oh yeah, that particular the Brussels probably were an 8 out of 10. They've come out a little better for me. Sometimes, but they were 8 out of 10. The salmon was probably 8 out of 10 too. Salmon was really good. The whole thing was good. It was a Wednesday or Thursday night. I don't know.
Jim, I'm available. If you ever want to invite me over when I'm feeling better, I mean, I'll
As long as
I'll
it's not
come.
salmon.
Yeah, as long as normally, like I said, I wouldn't have a huge problem with it. It's just today.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in general. So
In
all
general,
right.
I mean,
There's
I'm
still
not like
hope.
a huge fan of salmon, but I'm not against salmon, if that makes sense.
Well, it
seafood
was the
every
salmon
day.
was really super flaky and light, and buttery.
I
Obviously,
can't do anything that has even like a hint of fishiness. Like fishiness, like when you get pad thai or something and they use too much fish paste, I'm like, I can't. You know what I
Well,
mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry for you. I don't have that same problem.
You don't have the same issue.
I like everything.
But I mean, I'm excited to hear about this risotto as well.
Yeah, me too.
That's
a
kind
big
of
one.
more down my alley of carbs
It's a little
and butter.
more work too.
Okay.
Oh, wow, love it.
Well, we'll be looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Jim, for sharing. That was definitely an experience. And like I said, Cindy's going to try to make it. I'm going to hold off for a couple days until I delve into trying to make that recipe. For now, we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about a couple of local hospitals that are being recognized. We'll tell you why.